Hey guys, what's up? Sambash here, end of day 3. Just running through some T16s for Maven 10 way, and thought I would record one and show you how it's going. Build is progressing very smoothly. We are closing in on level 95 at the moment. And not really having any issues. Done quite a bit of updates on the setup for the characters working, and everything is quite smooth at this point. See if this guy has anything good. The last one had a +2 fizz gems, +1 spell gems, +1 fizz gems scepter that I just sold for 2 divs, so that was really good. This guy doesn't really have anything, but I'll just... I had some stuff down there at the beginning of that, that's okay. Right now we're doing Delve plus Syndicate. Haven't gotten anything good from Syndicate yet. I've only gotten one Katarina key so far, and it just dropped a unique quiver that I sold for 30C, so I guess it's not nothing, but it's not great. So as you can see, we're just running along, spamming Rage Vortex in front of us, and using Vengeful Cry, and I'll talk about that setup. It gives us a bunch of max rage as well as rage regeneration. I'll talk through the whole setup in general here. And obviously made a lot of upgrades since the last video. Alright, what do we got? He's just rank nothing. Coral to 3. The research just gives some crafting benches, which have proven to be quite worthless, kind of as anticipated for the most part. And I'm not sure how the Katarina keys work. I've done, I think, 4 safe houses so far, and I've gotten 1 key. I don't know if it happens every certain number of keys, or if it just has a set or a drop chance and is not guaranteed after a certain number of them. Alright. Gotta be just about through this map here. My rage build up. Doing destructive play here, obviously. Alright, so that's how T16s are going right now. Like I said, closing in on level 95. So what we're doing is I have Auto Exertion going with Intimidating Cry and Battle Mage's Cry. And I've got the Battle Mage's Cry auto-casting Vulnerability. And then I also have it casting Forbidden Right. And I have my Chaos Res tuned just right at 56% at the moment, so that with Fortify up, it just exactly hits me for 15% of my maximum health to trigger a Savage hit, which then allows me to use Vengeful Cry, which gives us a ton of extra max rage and good rage regen. Got that linked with more duration, so it lasts a good long time on that buff. And then I also have a Rallying Cry and an Infernal Cry that I don't ever use while just generally mapping because we've got plenty of damage without them. But then when I want a couple extra exerts for overexertion, like on bosses, I can pop those too. We updated our axe since last time. I bought this thing fractured and just slapped a Deafening of Contempt on it and crafted physical. So it's not great. Definitely could still have a massive upgrade on the axe. It's 717 PDPS. Big things we've bought are 3 pieces of jewelry. Got really solid jewelry. Realistically, I probably won't ever be replacing these on this character. They sort out my stats for the most part, and they've got my minus mana cost of skills. They've got a lot of life and resistances, and then I've allocated the 6th endurance charge, or anointed rather, on the amulet. I can't remember if I had these gloves last time, probably not. Got pretty solid gloves. They could be better, would like some with higher armor, but they're doing good on resists and life. These boots I crafted today, got pretty lucky on these. I just bought the fractured base with the 55 strength for a div, and I only used like 3 essences of torment on them for the shock avoidance until I hit this. It had a junky flat armor prefix as well, and I decided to gamble on using an Eldritch Orb of Annulment, and thankfully it removed that junky flat armor, so I was able to craft movement speed, and these are real solid. And then had to do quite a bit of rolling to get the tier 3 shock avoidance implicit for the Exarch, which was a bit annoying. Had a couple of bad tries on Orbs of Conflict, but did eventually get there. This chance to avoid bleeding, I'm planning on rolling Warcry speed, but I ran out of Ichors and money while I was doing that. And so obviously I'm planning on using Storm Shroud for full elemental ailment immunity, but I can't afford a Storm Shroud yet. That's probably the next thing I'm going to buy. They were going like 4 div last time I looked. Thankfully, in like 1 map before this, I found, as I mentioned, I think a nice scepter that I sold for a couple divs, so on our way there. I've got quite a lot of good fossils and stuff, but fossils aren't worth that much until a little later into the league, so I'll just be hanging on to those. Obviously, Helmet is going to become an Echoes of Creation eventually, and I am still just on a 5 link, so definitely need to go to a 6 link there and get some more levels. Damage on the build is pretty okay. By the time I get all I want and a better axe, it will probably like easily be triple what it is now. And I do eventually want to get a Bear's Girdle with a Corrupt. The main one I want is just percent life instead of the flat life. It'll give me a little more overall, and if I get a good double Corrupt, it'd be nice to get either like all resistances so that I wouldn't need to get so much on the armor, or skill effect duration even would be another nice one. Make my Rage Vortex last a little longer, and more importantly, make Vengeful Cry last longer. I do have all of my flasks on automated. They aren't great flasks right now. I bought this one for a pretty hefty amount, I think like 80 chaos, and then the others I just rolled until I got things that were kind of acceptable, and they are doing fine for now. So overall, build is progressing very smoothly. I'm really liking Rage Vortex and glad I held on to this for a league start idea for such a long time. And I will definitely keep doing more updates. With the weekend over, I won't be playing nearly as much as I have because real life is on its way back in. But I will keep progressing this character, and I am quite enjoying the league so far. I've done a couple of the memory strands with Egon, so I am working my way through those. Did the first 2 Void Stones, of course. Haven't done the second 2, but am working toward those slowly as well. So everything is going really nice. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more updates, and I will see you next time.